Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. And yes, I have my lighting, I have my fan, and how you doing in YouTube land? I have my lighting, I have my fan, how you doing in YouTube land? Let me tell you, I love my life, I love my life. You know, it's not every day that I can say that with complete honesty and integrity, but today I can say that with complete honesty and integrity. I love my life. Okay, so welcome to the official video of the July 2025 entry of Llewellyn's 2025 Tarot Calendar. And we're going to just jump right into July. Now, for the record, today is Wednesday, June 18th, but as some of you know, I am going away for a vacation time from this Friday, June 20th, 2025, which is the date of the summer solstice in the Northern Hemisphere, until Monday, July 7th, 2025. And I am very much looking forward to this vacation time. So much, so necessary. But anyway, so we have the Justice card from the Runic Tarot. The Runic Tarot was written by Jaymi Elford. Jaymi Elford is somebody who wrote a book called Tarot 101, by the way, which I am long overdue to spend time with. And the artists who illustrated the Runic Tarot are Sephiroth and Zhang Chao. Sephiroth and Jaymi Elford worked together with another tarot deck, also published by Llewellyn. I don't remember the title offhand, but I will look it up and include it in the description box. Now, fun fact, the day before last Saturday's Moon, Serpent, and Bone full moon magical market, I had the opportunity to attend the Moon, Serpent, and Bone Shop and Cafe grand opening. And I will tell you that it was wonderful because I found some homemade sets of runes that are beautiful. And I was thinking about including the runes in this deck, but I'm like, in this casting of the cards, but I thought to myself, you know what? No. Not this time around. I want to spend a little more time with the runes, reconnect with them, and then, we'll take it from there. So, a runic spread for justice. No coincidence that I am doing this now, especially given what happened last Saturday, but I digress. So, we have the focus on the Justice card from the Runic Tarot. We have the spread. We have the blurb. And we're going to get to it all right now. So, let's start with the Justice card from the Runic Tarot. In Tarot, Justice does not wear a blindfold, requiring us to truly see what is before us, free of any biases born of fears or desires. In Tears' unflinching gaze, we can behold the truth. In the Norse pantheon, there are two warrior gods. There is Thor, the more well-known one, who is the wielder of Mjolnir, the hammer of justice, and we also have Tyr. Now, interestingly enough, Tyr is how we get Tuesday, Tyr's Day. Thor, of course, is how we get Thor's Day, Thursday. I tend to associate Thor and Tyr with Shango and what's his name? I cannot believe I forgot the name of the other warrior god in Lukumi. Not Ochosi. It'll come to me. Because Thor to me comes across as Shango, and Tyr would be El Otro Guerrero, the other warrior. How embarrassing. Okay, so the sacrifice is the symbol that's the focus of this card. To entrap the dangerous wolf Fenrir, Tyr, the Norse god of law and justice, gave up his hand, placing it between the wolf's jaws. Justice does not offer any free rides. We must give deeply of ourselves in order to receive. And I'm going to have Drake do a quick close-up, and you will see that here is Tyr's right hand in the jaws of the wolf Fenrir. So yeah, he's sacrificing his hand so that he is kept at bay. So the sacrifice is not so much the wolf Fenrir, it's Tyr's right hand. Now, a runic spread for justice. I'm going to read this, then I'm going to read the descriptions, then I'm going to cast the cards. So the Norse runes, also called the Elder Futhark, which are not to be confused with the Witches' runes, because that's a different runic system altogether, as well as Oyam, which is a different runic system altogether. The Witches' runes are more pagan and witchy. The Oyam is the Gaelic and Irish runes, if you will. So the Norse runes, also called the Elder Futhark, are a powerful and sacred alphabet that many people use today for divination, not to mention ritual work and spellcraft, but I digress. Their shapes are ideal for carving tarot card spreads, for creating tarot card spreads that build upon the rune's meaning. Here we will use Tiwaz, a rune of balance and justice that asks us to make necessary sacrifices for the greater good, to form a spread that can be used when you are concerned about making the right choice, both for yourself and for those around you. Tiwaz is spelled capital Tiwas, and it is often referred to as the warrior rune because it looks like a spear. As you learn more about the runes and their meanings, other spreads will suggest themselves to you. I'm also going to include in the description box a link to a wonderful blog. And the blog was created by somebody who I haven't visited her blog in a while, which is ironic because she has a wonderful spread for whether or not to cast a spell as one of her blog posts, and it's become a guideline for me with regards to doing ritual work and spellcraft for clients. But I was guided and led to use a different tarot deck, one not published by Llewellyn. It is the Melanated Classic Tarot, inspired by the Rider-Waite-Smith, and it was written by Julia. It was co-created by Julia Goolsby, who illustrated the cards, or rather recolored them, and written by Ubria Tronshaw. And by the way, this is the back of the card design, which I'm going to have Drake do a close-up of. And I want to show you this gorgeous and stunning High Priestess. If you ever wondered what the High Priestess would look like as a woman of color, here she is. Isn't she beautiful? So serene and dreamy. And thank you for your wisdom. Oh, Drake, my thing is okay, right? Okay. Yes, we're using the wireless lapel mic, which I love so much. So it's a 3-card spread. Card number 1 is at the bottom, the heart of the matter. Card number 2 is the upper left, the sacrifice. And card number 3 is the directive, which is the upper right. Interestingly enough, this spread also includes how to combine tarot and runes, something I don't do often enough, although that could be changing this year, or at least the rest of this year. Okay, so I call upon the goddesses, gods, guardians, and guides of the Norse pantheon and every other pantheon, and I ask that all the elementals be present as well for anyone who is dealing with issues of justice of any kind, whether it is legal justice, whether it is personal justice, whether it is cosmic justice, whether it is justice of another kind. I ask that the collective be given guidance and strength and their next move forward in the casting of these cards. Amun, Amen, Ashe, and so mote it be. Okay, we have card number 1, the heart of the matter. This is the central dilemma you face and must orient yourself toward, and it is the High Priestess. You cannot make this shit up. I shuffled this deck. You saw me shuffle this deck. So, The heart of the matter is your inner guidance, your inner leading, your intuition, your central core of divine inner guidance. And it is assisting you in the central dilemma you are facing now, and you must orient yourself towards your inner goddess, your inner guidance, your inner GPS, your inner guidance positioning system, so that you can be completely oriented towards where you need to go forward next. Card number 2, the sacrifice. What you should consider compromising on, or how you might accommodate others. And it is the Page of Cups. So here we have the card that corresponds to Pisces energy, because traditionally it depicts a page, a young person, holding a cup, and there's a fish in the cup. So focus on your dreams, focus on your deep core emotions, and also look at being more sensitive to other people's feelings in the matter. That doesn't mean you have to be a fucking doormat. It just means pay attention to what your inner feelings are, your deep down bottom of the ocean feelings in the situation, number one. And number two, be willing to listen, or at the very least tolerate somebody else's emotions in the situation. But again, that doesn't mean let them walk all over you. No. And then card number 3, the directive. This is the action you must undertake in this situation, even if others find it uncomfortable. I don't know what that buzzing sound was, but I'm sorry about that, YouTube land. King of Swords. Fun fact, in some tarot decks, the King of Swords depicts a judge. If any of you are facing a judge who is a black man, you gotta let me know. Because there's a black man on the King of Swords card. So, yes, if you are indeed facing a legal situation and you have a black male judge, please let me know. So absolutely, this is reminding you to strengthen your mind. If you are going to be in a court situation, then absolutely make sure that you have all the paperwork you need. Make sure that you have all the documentation. Make sure you have all of the preparatory work in front of you, with you, whether or not you're being represented by an attorney. And of course, even though I'm not conducting a private reading, I am looking at the bottommost card for the final message, and it is the Hierophant. So absolutely, the Hierophant, somebody in a position of authority. So absolutely, I wouldn't be surprised if at least half of you are dealing with a legal situation, because it makes so much sense. And of course, we have Tewaz, which is the warrior rune. So it's about getting up in the day and going into battle in the world. So I really feel like there's a lot going on with legal issues, especially as we move from the Sun's transit into Gemini, which is now, to the Sun's transit into Libra, the sign of balance and justice and harmony. So I absolutely feel that there's a lot going on with legal situations, and I definitely get the sense of a lot that needs to be rectified with regards to legal paperwork, with papers, with documents, with making sure you know the laws of your area with regards to business law, financial law. If there are any other legal issues that you are going to be dealing with or facing, make sure that you have plenty of paperwork, plenty of preparation, and absolutely do as much research as possible and then some. All right. The rest of the Runic Spread for Justice is as follows. Another way to combine tarot and runes is to lay out a spread of cards and then, without looking, toss rune stones on them. So let's say that I had runes in front of me and all of the cards were face down, and I just tossed some rune stones on top of them. Remove any face down runes. Is a rune on top of a particular character in a card? Giving insights into their nature? Do any rune stones fall between two cards, suggesting how to transition from one stage to the next? Let your intuition guide you in weaving the meanings of runes and cards in the spread. Several years ago, I had the honor and pleasure of participating in a 3-class course on runes. And I distinctly remember the teacher, who, by the way, is a very dear friend of mine and a fellow modern mystic, was actually giving me a hard time. She was like, no, 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 no. I know you know what this rune means, Robert. I know that you know the traditional book interpretation of this rune. But I want you to tell me what your intuition is telling you about this rune. I will include the rune, I don't remember its name offhand, but I will include the rune's name of the one that I'm thinking about. But I will tell you that what came to me was that it is a winter's tree. And the teacher said, oh, a tree. And I said, no, 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 a winter's tree because there are no leaves. And she was very impressed by that insight. And I remember to this day, because I also took a clairvoyance course with her and I also took a palmistry course with her. And I distinctly remember I began using my intuition a lot more often with regards to runes, with regards to palmistry, and also with regards to when I use cards, including tarot. So I began paying closer attention to the clairvoyant symbols that my guides and goddesses would give me, and they have served me very well, I must say. And it's also one of the reasons why my confidence in doing a purely clairvoyant reading has increased exponentially over the years. But I will tell you, but I still love cards. I still love cards. That's not going to change. So, let me know, for those of you playing at home, what comes up for you if you wish to share. Let me know if you have this tarot deck, if you have another Runic Tarot deck or Oracle card deck. Let me know it all in the comments. And I will include the link to the Melanated Classic Tarot in the description box as well. This is going to be a very, very information-laden description box. Let me tell you. But for now, I want to thank the co-creators of the Runic Tarot. I want to thank Llewellyn Publications for publishing it. I want to thank the co-creatresses of the Melanated Classic Tarot. I want to thank all of you in YouTube land for all the likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions to my YouTube channel. And an extra big and beautiful thank you to those of you who have already scheduled your sessions, including the two individuals that are going to have, one is going to have a phone reading with me tomorrow, the other one is going to have a video reading with me tomorrow. But I wish all of you a beautiful night, a wonderful week. May the summer solstice, or for those of you in the southern hemisphere, the winter solstice, bring you great balance, great harmony, great radiance, inner or outer, and also great restoration and peace. And as always, stay in tune with your intuition, stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, and stay tuned for the next video.